Well, it says we're live, so welcome from the crossroads of America to Shooting with Disabilities, a 1 hour show, podcast, whatever you wish to call it, about guns, politics, or anything else that crosses my mind. Answer questions from the audience, just put them in the chat or email me at rickslifeasiseeit@gmail.com or spottedrick@gmail.com. I have a Patreon page and a PayPal thingy. All the information's down there in the info section below. So just wanted to mention that. And who do we got? We got Grim90 was first in here. Then John Brown Productions, Southpaw RX, Sabrina's here. Jason Stewart's here. Night Strike's here. Gizzard Gary's here so far. So they're all trickling in. So that's good. Our panelist, Rich White's joined us. Our panelists, we've got Patriot in the Dark. How you doing?
I am doing great. Thanks, Rick. Thanks for having me. Hello, everyone. Hello, Sabrina.
Then we got the other one from Michigan. We got Squibload. How you doing, Squib?
Hey.
Then, hopefully he's in, we got New York Outcast.
Hello, everybody.
You finally made it.
Yeah, I had to jump to PC.
Yeah. All right. Who else we got? Oh, Raphael's just joined us in the chat there. All right. Before we get going, I'm just rambling here, waiting for other people to join. If they do, you guys got anything topics you want to talk about tonight? Don't be shy now. Guess not. That's sad.
I just need you guys to look for some grips for me.
Some grips?
Yep.
For what?
For, I guess it's officer size, 1911. This is shorter grips. I don't know. I haven't played with many of them, so I don't know that's the 7 round instead of 8 round. So it's shorter than the normal size grip. That's for that, the new agent or the Defender Colt.
Okay.
Anyway.
All right. Also, why people are coming in, I'll mention it again before the end of the show. But Saturday show, I'm not having one this coming Saturday. I mean, it's July 4th, and I've been invited to a family picnic. So I'm going. I'm going to spread the COVID everywhere. So
good food?
Oh yeah. It's gonna be good food. Oh yeah. But I mean it starts at 3:00 when the show starts, so I decided not to do one. I'm gonna enjoy time with my family. You know what I'm saying?
Is this the family you do some shooting with?
Yeah. So I might have 1 or 2 guns in my truck. In case he wants,
Just in case.
Start treating, you know what I'm saying? So
you're going to open carry that outlaw?
Oh, yeah, I'll take that with me. I'm not going to carry it, but I'll take it with me. I don't have a holster for it yet. Yeah. Oh, also, I mentioned this on Saturday. Was it Saturday? That gun streamer sent me a notice saying they're shutting down. Got a notice today and say, no, they're not. We're alive and well. They found a financial backer, I guess, a website called Gun Critics or something. So Gun Streamer is back up and running. If anybody's interested. I mean, did it actually ever shut down? Because I think it was going until the 30th. Then it was going to shut down. So I doubt if it's even. I doubt if it even closed down for a day. All right.
Good that it's going to continue, I think. But it's kind of sad that, they seem that close. But, yeah, hopefully they'll, be able to keep it going.
Yeah, it would be. Yeah, I'm hoping they can. So it's all right. I'm looking at my emails. See, my phone's going off here. Not one thing from anybody. It's just nothing but trash. Okay. All right. I get a lot of junk mail. That's why I have my junk mail email. Okay. Oh, Sabrina asked, what is the 4th of July exactly? We don't have that. My grandfather had his birthday on the 4th of July, but it's not a national holiday like yours. 4th of July is Independence Day here in the United States. So, I mean, how else would you explain it, guys? Patriot, how would you explain it? Talk to me, Patriot. Oh, we lost Patriot now, too? Oh, man.
I don't know. I know Squib popped out. I'm not sure what happened with him. Patriot looks like he's still muted over there. So.
Yeah. Oh, that's right. Everybody's explaining it to Sabrina in the chat, so we're okay. I'm just trying to find another way of explaining Independence Day to her.
You've got mail.
You know, that's what it is. It's, I guess, I mean, would you say it's, besides Christmas and Thanksgiving?
It's the day we decided tea and crumpets were for those crazy people across the pond.
Yeah.
And told them to get out.
Yeah, but I said besides Thanksgiving and Christmas, I think Thanksgiving is the biggest other holiday, isn't it? Or day off or celebration. I would say. So, all right. Now, I was wishing you guys had a topic because I don't have one. You know, well, I mean, I really don't, and I've been thinking about it all week too, and I just haven't come up with one. I mean, where I'm going with this, guys, is I need topics from people out in the audience. Just email me them. Even if you don't think it's something that we might talk about, you never know. It might lead to something else. Because it's, I was talking to somebody about this in the daily chat. I mean, I love doing this Wednesday night, shooting with disabilities, but it is a very, is it niche? Is that the word I'm looking for? Area that I'm working in. So I just wanted to mention that out there. So if anybody has anything, let me know. But what I was going to say is, I mean, like here, it's been really warm here this last week. So I haven't gone shooting. You know, and because to me, I mean, how can I put this? If I go early in the morning. But I just haven't, it hasn't worked out for me to get there in the morning. And mid-morning, lunchtime comes, you know, it's just way too warm for me. I just, I'm not comfortable. So I don't go. So, Kingpin had a question. Why does Midnight Range TM smell funny? That's because he's the closer. And he spends his time in bathrooms.
It's a kitchen smell a little funny.
Yeah.
Slippery floors.
Yeah. Yeah. So there we go.
Is there the range that you go to? Is there houses by that, or is that something that you can go a little earlier than?
Oh, I can go anytime I want. I have the key. Is there any houses by it? No. There's one farmhouse that maybe I don't know 800-900 yards away, up over the hill.
I just meant if you went when it started to cool down, or different times.
I mean, I could go. I mean, I guess I could go in the evening. You know, like around this time. But even right now, I mean, it's cooling down now. I think what we got right now. Let's have a look. It says at 7 o'clock. I know it's 7:10. but at 7 o'clock, my thermometer here on my phone says it was 89 degrees outside. That hasn't cooled down much to me, you know. I said it's been a warm one here in southern Indiana. So, you know, I don't like to sweat, to be quite honest with you guys. You know? So, anyway.
I went to the...
Go on, talk.
Oh, okay. I was just saying I went to the gun shop today, and my darling mom brought me up there, but she waited in the car because it was way too hot outside. So I stood outside and, you know, scared off all the people trying to get in line because, you know, they have a line there here in Michigan. But yeah, it was interesting. I had a guy that was next to me in the I guess it's like not an airlock, but, you know, their gated entrance for the shop, and he was not a gun guy, as he says he knows nothing about guns, but everybody told him to get a Cluck, and I don't think he knows Gizzard Gary, and so I think he was just reading, and nobody really told him that. But I had a kind of a weird conversation with an actual person that is not a firearm person. I don't usually have those conversations, so it was quite interesting.
How'd it go, if you don't mind me?
It was good. I told him to stay away from the other gun shop, that this was the one he was at was the best one, because they actually have things, and the guys that work there actually know what they're talking about. And you're not going to get steered wrong.
What about getting practice? And he has to go to the other one. Isn't that where the range is at?
There's ranges around. It's just that the other one is closer to me because I live in the area. But, you know, these guys, they actually know the firearms, and the owner. Usually, it's only on the weekends that her and her husband were in, but they know their stuff, and they're not going to steer you wrong. And if you do something stupid at the counter, they will definitely, you know, straighten you out. And being a new guy, I was glad he went there than the other shop, because the other shop they got a big turnover, and so some of the guys don't necessarily, you know, give the best information or whatever. But it was interesting.
Why he's buying one, or
no, he just started talking. You know, the blind guy standing next to him, he's, oh yeah, you know, everybody's this, and you know, he said he had called around, and that everybody that he talked to said that, you know, no gun shops were getting anything until the fall. Even, you know, all their shipments whatever, you know, just went through a whole rambling thing. I he says, I need to get one, but I need one that, you know, you pull the trigger and it'll shoot every time. So, you know, it was interesting. So he went in, and they actually called me first, and they thought I was with him because, you know, we were standing in the airlock there. I do believe he was checking. They have layaway and all that kind of stuff. But hopefully they set him up. I went off on my own and bought a bunch of ammo. And
do you have to be permitted in your state, or can you just, you know?
You can open carry, and you know, as long as you're legal, you can purchase and have one, you know, for your house and all that stuff. But to conceal carry, you have to.
Unless he was a criminal, he shouldn't have been stopped from purchasing basically that day.
It all depends with the background checks. I know that recently he didn't have a concealed carry, obviously, but I know that they have changed. I guess the ATF or whatever contacted Michigan because of the pot licenses or whatever that they have now, that they have to actually do a background check. I don't know. That came out a couple months ago, but that's now, instead of just being able to throw your CPL card down and you know, just do your the paperwork or whatever, they have to run a background check now.
Okay.
But it was interesting. I was happy because they like I said, they only opened maybe 15 days ago. The other shops in the area, they've been open for, you know, a month, or, you know, some haven't closed down at all. But the owners are a little older, and so they were closed down until, they got the nod from the air governor. whatever. But
He might have already stated, but did he state why he was now interested in getting one, or like did he?
it was just the rush.
That or no?
I think it's the rush, and he's probably watching the news and thinking that he's got to get out. He didn't really, I was only in there maybe 5-10 minutes at that, standing next to him, and yeah.
I got a question for you, Patriot. It's just something Vanessa Kitty put in the chat. In the open carry states, are cops stopping people to check if they are legal to carry? Now, like here in Indiana, the open carry, you got to have a firearm license, concealed carry firearm license.
Yeah.
And you can open carry. But no cop stopped me to ask.
Yeah, you'd have to ask Squibb. He's the one that open carries. I mean, I don't, just because of obviously my situation, but you don't, as long as you're of age and you're not a criminal, you can open carry as long as you're not in a movie. I mean, they got a lot of rules and stuff. You can't be in a vehicle, or there's some other things too. But yeah, not that I know of. I mean, unless
so theoretically, I mean, you could actually walk around open carrying.
Yeah.
And if they don't stop you, you're good to go.
Yeah, even if they do stop you, there's really, it's an open carry state. I know Squibb does that a lot more. So, I mean, I would ask him if he's around.
No, he dropped out. I don't know whether he's busy or we pissed him off again. I don't know.
I've never really open carried.
Depending what area you're in as well. I assume in many states there's probably places where it's probably seen as normal, and maybe other places where not so much. So, not that I think there's anything wrong with it. So, I know I can state in Wyoming years ago I open carried and was never bothered. So, I have no idea.
Where was this at?
Cheyenne, Wyoming.
Why in the hell did you go to New York?
No, I went to Cheyenne for work, so ended up working a job out there for a few months and whatnot. So, but I was there because I was a non-resident. I couldn't conceal carry, but being a non-resident, I could open carry. So that's what I did. And like I said, the whole time I never had any issue at all. So
yeah. Oh, Gizzard Gary says, because Bressa said she was mainly talking about constitutional carry states.
Oh,
he said
that would be like
they would have to have a reason to stop you. They just can't, because a judge, having a gun just isn't the.
You have to be suspicious.
So.
If you're walking around with one of those chicken masks on, I'm sure they might stop you.
Yeah. Now this has surprised me. Two Gun Kitty says, don't need a license to open carry in New Mexico. So can't see police checking people since it would be a violation of their rights. I'm quite surprised New Mexico is so gun friendly with all the stupid laws that have been coming up lately out there.
Like, he did a video on
the mayor down in Albuquerque banning guns. He turned all city parks into educational areas, and so that falls under the school thing. So you can't carry, and there was something else they did down there. I mean, is New Mexico turning blue? So I don't know. So what else were we going to talk about? Oh, somebody asked. Oh, Sean asked in the room. I don't know if you guys know him, but he's asked, has anyone heard from Dano after the Rona started? I haven't. I haven't seen him anywhere. So I don't know. So, I know what I was going to talk about real quick. Let people know. Oh shit! I deleted the thing. But as of today, here in Indiana, we have immunity from being sued for a lawful like stand your ground shit. If you shoot somebody, they cannot sue you. And if they do try to sue you and you win, the prosecution has to pay all your court fees and lawyer fees. So that was pretty good. Also,
cool, but a little contradicting.
What?
So that sounds cool, but a little contradicting.
Why?
If they can't sue you, then they can't sue you, or
Oh yeah, but they try to get you more likely on it wasn't justified.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. No, I think that's great though. In a sense, though, I know New York's not like that. Somebody robbing your house and they fall on your steps because they weren't the code, they're still going to sue you. So.
Okay, now also we have 2 licenses here in Indiana. You have the 4-year license, then you have the life carry license. Now the life carry license, time you pay all the fees and stuff, I think it's $75 or something like that for a life license. The 4-year license was $30. But as of today, you can get a 4-year license for free. No charge in the state of Indiana. So there you go. And I didn't read the small print, but I'll have to check if that is for maybe, like a non-resident license. You might be able to apply for one for free. I have to check on that. But, because I think Indiana's license is honored by quite a few states. I know Indiana honors every state, but I believe there's about 30 states that honor Indiana. So it might be a good license to have if somebody wants one, But people aren't like me who collect them.
I think people should, personally, because it's one of them things that it's a lot better to have than need later. So especially if you're talking free or dirt cheap, when
if I get
unexpected comes up, you're good to go. So
if I get stopped, I just open my wallet and let it drop and let all the cards line up and say which one.
Yeah. Instead of look at my kids, look at my permits.
Yeah, which one's good for here, Yeah. So yeah, Do Gun Kitty said New Mexico adds more anti-gun laws each year. That's what I thought. Yeah, actually, talking about Connecticut, Vanessa. I'm trying. Hang on, let me have a look. Mine doesn't expire. This is my mine doesn't expire to February 27th, 2022. So I'm good until then on mine. My non-resident for Connecticut. So I can go to Connecticut and see friends. I just can't go to Massachusetts anymore. And my Rhode Island one, I got to find out whether I can get a non-resident for Rhode Island. I'm not sure. But it's getting... My Rhode Island one runs out... What's the 10th month? October? Mine runs out the 20th of October this year. My Rhode Island one.
How much does that cost to renew?
$40. And it's for 5 years. So I think it's 5 years. Or was it 4 years? I don't remember now. Hang on, let me see. When was it issued to me? Hang on. Right, I'm flipping through them all. It's got the expiration date, but does it have a issue date? Must be on the back. Come on out of there. Nope, I just got the day I qualified from the shooting test. So I qualified on July 13th, 2016. That's where I scored the points I needed on the 25-yard test. And your instructor, whoever gave you the test, has to be a bona fide instructor, like an NRA instructor or something like that.
Yeah.
And they have to sign it, and their name is actually on the back of that license.
Now, when you renew, do you have to retake that test or anything, or is it just cash?
That's what I got to find out, because yes, according to the regular law, is I got to take that test again. But they issue a non-resident license. So how do you do it? That's what I got to find out. You're
gonna need a Barrett.
So that's what I got to find out on that. But otherwise, if I lose my Rhode Island, I lose my Rhode Island. I mean, really, the chances of me going back to Rhode Island or Massachusetts are slim.
Yeah, but it's great to have that option. I mean,
yes, it is.
If it's not too much of an inconvenience, it's better to have it.
Oh yeah, I'm gonna actually maybe. Let me write this down.
Anything can happen.
I gotta write this down. Check on Rhode Island license.
Looks like Squib got back in here.
Yeah.
So
now I let my Massachusetts one expire because Massachusetts, for a non-resident, is $100 a year. I was paying it when I lived there because I said you can get from one end of Rhode Island and the other in a little over an hour almost. It's such a small state, and I used to go into Massachusetts a lot. And that's why I had the Massachusetts, Connecticut, Rhode Island trifecta there on licenses, where I could go around there and be concealed carry. Yeah, Vanessa Kitty, I'm going to look into getting a Connecticut, Rhode Island non-resident. But as I said, to get a resident Rhode Island, you have to qualify. You have to take a test, at 20, get 200, a minimum of 195 points out of 300 at 25 yards using an Army L target. So the inner circle of that is only about 8 inches at 25 yards. So that's what you had to do to get the pass to get it. So how do you do it for non-resident? I wonder. Unless you do it here and have to send in proof that an instructor done it. I don't know.
You sure it's 25 yards?
Oh yes, it was 25 yards.
Yeah.
I took it. I practiced on it for a long time to make sure I got it. Yeah, you would think. I mean, you would think. Well, I mentioned it to the cop because not only that, I had to go for an interview in front of a policeman board too. I know that's the way it is in Rhode Island. You got to play the game. But I asked them when I was in there, asking me questions. They go, "You got any?" I said, "Yeah." I said, "Why are you making me shoot a target at 25 yards if I'm going to be in a situation? It's only going to be 3 to 7 yards in front of me. If I'm shooting something at 25 yards, I'm going to be fucking guilty."
Seems like
they chuckled and said, "Well, got a point." But the law, that's the law of the state, So, do they allow optics so you can see that far? Yes. I know they allow lasers and stuff because it doesn't say you can. It doesn't say you can, but it doesn't say you cannot in that test. So, anyway, that's that. Hey, Squib made it back. That's good. But so I'm going to check on the Rhode Island license. That gives me something to do next week. So, all right. What else are we going to talk about? Originally, I was talking about going to the range. You guys been to the range this week? Or going to go this week?
Next week.
Next week.
Yeah.
All right. You've been lately, New York?
I went out, snuck out a little bit last week, but it was very quick. Just to go do a little video thing for G23. But I'd like to get out, but unfortunately, I'm pretty much booked all week now. So,
are gun ranges open in Michigan?
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
That I know of. I don't know about the state ones like Squibb goes to, or that one that's by his place. The one around here are because they're closed on Wednesdays, I think now. But
yeah. I don't know. Have you been shooting lately, Squibb?
No.
Okay. No. Okay. He must be busy because he's back at work. So.
Being able to go to the range is a non-issue.
Why?
It's a perishable skill, but as far as knowing how to shoot, I mean, I shouldn't really call it a perishable skill because you either know or you don't know. Sure, you're a little rusty. Maybe it takes a while to work it back up, but there are these guys that are obsessed with going to the range 3 times a week and dumping 1,000 rounds a week, and they still can't hit the broadside of the barn at 25 yards. I'm not one of them.
Yeah, I know what you mean there. I mean, I used to go to the range when I lived in Rhode Island 2 or 3 times a week, but I didn't dump 1,000 rounds. Sometimes I'll go and only just shoot a couple of magazines. As I was driving past the range, I'll pull in and do it. Now that's what I do here too. I'll go here. Sometimes I'll shoot 100, 150, 200 rounds. Then I'm in no rush. The only time I shoot quite a lot of ammo and spend hours and hours shooting is when I go over to my cousin's house and we're shooting off the back porch.
Yeah, I think Squibb misses the point of actually having fun while he's doing it. He's kind of grumpy. He's back to work now, so.
Yeah, he's going back to the grumpy Squibb. He shaved his beard off. He's not fun anymore. Yeah.
I was gonna say I guess I'm guilty. There was a time where pretty much every weekend possible, a few thousand rounds wasn't uncommon to go through with the family. So nowadays, I still try to get out. If I could state at least once every other week. Lately it's been a little more, but I think it's good for you because there's always room for improvement. And basically when things happen quick, you pretty much you fall back to you don't really rise to the occasion. In some cases, you fall back to your motor responses, your training. So the more you're handling it, the more you're shooting, the better off you're going to be, in my opinion. So, and it is enjoyable to me. So I guess you can call it gunpowder therapy. So, that's just my take.
Yeah. Oh, real quick, just want to back up. I only just saw this chat. Sean Ponnery goes, collecting carry permits is owning a collection of taxes for your rights. He's got a point. I mean, I don't agree with it. We shouldn't have to. We should be. I think it should be constitutional carry through the whole United States, but we know how that goes. That was going through. That bill was going beautifully until there was a mass shooting somewhere. Then it died. And it never got dusted off again. Bass Boy says he can shoot his pistol out to 100 yards pretty accurately. You know, damn, what are we gonna start calling you, Jerry?
Yeah, let's see the video, man.
No. So, yeah, I've never tried. I've never tried to shoot it that far. I think the furthest I've tried to shoot is 100 yards with mine.
Yeah, I can say I messed
And
around at distance, but
all I'm going to say is I hit the paper that the target was on. I ain't going to say how close I was to the center, but I did hit the paper. You know,
I hit the rim, so that counts. Don't know what size rim, but I've hit the rim.
Yeah. A 5-inch barrel, not a carry gun. Oh, hell, I used to carry a 5-inch barrel when I carried my full-size M&P 45. That was a 5-inch barrel. That was my carry gun. But now I've gone down to the 380 because of health reasons, the old arthritis. And so when I tell you, talking about that disability, my left thumb, thank God I gone over to shooting right-handed. Because my left thumb lately, it doesn't look swollen or anything, but my God, it hurts just to bend it the last couple of weeks, you know? And sometimes, it hurts so bad, sometimes it's even woken me up at night that I've had to go put my compression gloves on and go to sleep with it on my left hand. It hurts that bad, you know? Sean Ponner, he says, I carry a 5-inch barrel 1911 that holds 17 rounds of 10 millimeter. You know? So.
Do you ever have any issues, Squib, open carrying in your state? Have you ever been talked to or approached or anything like that?
No, never.
Yeah, that was a question earlier on in the chat. I think you had to drop out. Somebody asked if you have ever get...
Yeah, but I don't go walking into Walmart with an AK-47 if that's what they were wondering. I mean, not that it's illegal, but it's kind of like, you know, just any of the times I've open carried where it's been legal to do, I've never, ever had an issue, not just in this state, but in other states.
Yeah, now, somebody else said, they can't a policeman just can't ask you whether you got a license or not just because you're carrying open, can they?
You mean in Michigan?
Yeah.
Well, they can ask, but I can say, well, apparently, officer, I know more about the law than you because you don't need a license in my state.
Yeah, so maybe that's why they don't ask.
Here's the deal. If I get approached by law enforcement and, if they just, pull the car in front of me and jump out and point their guns and say, get on the ground, I might be like, what in the hell do you think you're doing? But at some point I'm going to comply. But the thing is, if they come up to me and they go, why do you feel the need to carry that? Because it's my right, and if they say, do you realize you're violating the law? Well, explain to me exactly how I'm violating the law. And if I'm open carrying somewhere where I'm not supposed to, or in some other way, then I'm going to calmly ask the officer if I can just turn around and go back the way I came or something like that. But I mean, I've never had an issue. It's just not a thing.
No. I said, in the few, year and a half I've been here, I haven't been approached either.
There are the people that have to carry everywhere they go, no matter what. And if that's what you want to do, that's what you want to do. I'm not one of those people. When I had my concealed carry permit, I had a concealed carry permit for 10 years. I hardly ever concealed carried a thing, not because I was afraid it was going to go off, or was afraid I was going to get arrested, or it's because a lot of the places I went, you couldn't take it. There would be a trespassing charge or something like that. Or it's just the whole fact of a lot of times I really didn't need it. I don't live in this dangerous place. Oh, you live in Detroit. I don't live in Detroit. I live outside of Detroit. And even then, it's just when most people from the suburbs go to Detroit, they go to like downtown or the touristy type areas where there is no problem. You don't go driving through the neighborhoods looking for trouble. So, I've heard some people who don't live as close to Detroit as me, are you okay? Is everything all right? What? Oh, I heard there was some trouble down in Detroit. Yeah, because it's right next door. I mean, literally, I walk out of my house and I'm on 3 Mile Road or whatever. It's like, no. So carrying a gun every day is just not an issue for me. It's not a thing for me. It's kind of an inconvenience. I'm not saying I would never do it, whether it be open or concealed, but I'm just not one of those people who's like, I need to leave the house with my keys and my cell phone, not my gun. But if I want to take my gun, I should be able to take my gun. But it's just not an issue. There are some people, when they talk about, I've got to carry everywhere I go, they sound like they're absolutely terrified. It's like, dude, what did you do before you had a concealed carry permit? Well, I just went these places and did these things. And did anything happen? Well, no. Then you'll be fine. I'm not saying you shouldn't. I'm saying if you want to, you do it. But if you don't worry about it. I'm just one of those people. It's not a necessity.
Yeah, I mean, I hear where you're coming from, but I carry everywhere I go, and nothing's ever happened to me in the 50-odd years before I got a carry license. And
I agree.
Nothing's happened to me since I've got a carry license, but it doesn't mean that it won't.
No, it doesn't. And I agree with somebody saying I'm not going to go there because they won't let me carry my gun in there. That's the American way. That's your way of saying I'm going to vote with my wallet. I'm absolutely totally supportive of that. But some people, it's just like, you kind of have to go here to conduct necessary business. So you're just going to have to deal with it. And you go, well, it's my constitutional right. Okay, well, you paid for a concealed carry permit, right? Yeah, well, aren't you constitutionally protected to conceal carry? So you're willing to violate your own rights to buy this permit, but you're not willing to violate your own rights to go to this place. Once again, at the end of the day, it's their business. It's like me not wanting to go to a place because they demand that I wear a mask. All right, you just lost my money. So I get it. I totally get it. But it's just not an issue for me. I always want the right to do it. But I don't want somebody saying, if you don't do it, you're not supporting the Second Amendment. Or if you don't do it, you're going to be a victim. And it's just like, whatever, dude.
Yeah, I'm one of them people that carry when I cut my grass, but I've always got at least one, and try to avoid going places where I can't take it. Doesn't mean I can't go somewhere. Just pros and cons. Is it worth my money or whatever the case is, or do I really have a reasonable choice about it? Prior to having a concealed carry permit, I guess you can state I've been through home invasions, mugged, stabbed, physically attacked, all types of stuff. So, I guess you can state, and on my end, it's a little different because lots of stuff has happened before. Thankfully, I think having the firearm makes me naturally avoid more things, but still stuff kind of happens. So I just thankful I haven't needed it in defense as of this point here.
Yep, I can understand that too. I carry mine, like when I go to the hospital, it says no firearms allowed. I carry a firearm in there. The only time I don't carry it in a medical situation is when I actually goes to the doctor's office, in case he wants me to drop my pants to go cough, And, I just don't want it hitting the ground when I'm dropping my pants, So that's the only time I don't care. But it's in the truck. It's in the safe under my seat in the truck. And, of course, like if you go to a court or something and they have metal detectors and stuff like that, I don't carry it. I
don't agree with that. I abide by the law, but I don't agree with the law.
Oh, I don't either. I mean, I'm not saying I have, and I'm not saying I haven't. Like carrying in the post office. I do that. It's just wherever I carry. I mean, chances of something happening to me, I reckon, are slim. But I felt, as I've said this many times before, when I had my accident at work and all hell broke loose when my body just sort of shut down on me, my hand got hurt, and the back problems I had and the hips and everything else, I felt that statistically, is that the word I'm looking for? being an older person with a disability, I have more chance of getting attacked than you do, Squid. Statistically. I'm not saying it's ever going to happen, but
Rick, if I was a criminal, I wouldn't attack you not because I think you got a gun, but because you don't look like you got any money. So
I don't have any money.
Yeah, and you look like it. So I wouldn't attack. I'd be going for, I don't know, probably like Patriot. You know, he wears those salmon polo shirts. He looks like he lives in a gated community and restores.
You get a quick $250 for that wheelchair. Any day of the week.
Yeah.
No, sorry. I wear black polos. Good guys wear black.
Yeah. Yeah.
But
I look poor because I am poor. You know, I don't have any of that white privilege, I'm afraid. But I'm not going to go on that topic. You know? So.
Squib can't tell colors. He's got those rose-colored glasses on all the time.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, God. All right. I'm going to mention it again to everybody. There will be no show this Saturday. I know it's short notice and stuff, but besides being the 4th of July, you know, I figured there'd be even less people around than there normally is during the summer. But the main reason is I got invited to a family barbecue on Saturday afternoon, and I decided to go.
All right, I got a question for you.
Yeah.
Since you're not having the Saturday show and Saturday is the 4th of July, what is the cut of the week for the 4th of July? Got to tell us something good.
Oh,
because you know you can't watch.
Can I make a
can't watch Midnight because he doesn't do cooking videos anymore. He's too busy.
Yeah. What?
Well, more of an inquiry than a suggestion. What's a Denver steak?
Now, okay. Now.
You say snail, I'm going to.
No. Okay. No. A Denver steak is a piece of meat that comes, the way I was taught, it comes from, my brain, hang on. If I remember correctly, it comes from the, short ribs. It's the meat just below the bones on a short rib. You bone them on. There's a big piece of meat underneath there that's lean and solid. And that's what I was taught was a Denver steak. But it might vary from state to state, but that's what I was taught. But 4th of July, personally myself, cut of the week, I mean, it's just 4th of July, it's just basic stuff, isn't it? Hamburgers, hot dogs, spare ribs on the grill. What more do you need? Corn on the cob, if there's any available. Beans, coleslaw, potato salad. What more do you need? Now, personally, myself, if I'm going to buy spare ribs, I don't buy baby backs, so they're too expensive for what they are. I buy St. Louis ribs, which is the full spare rib, but with the chine bone chopped off. So, and it's just as good. So, but if I was going to do something, I would sort of like if I was going to do sort of like a piece of meat that you could carve on the grill, I would get a boneless pork loin. And what I would do is get a boneless one, and they can weigh sort of, big ones can weigh up to 8 pounds. But what I would do is you butterfly it in the center, bend it over for the one piece lays on top of the other, tie it up with some string, and put it in the barbecue and let that cook for a few hours, marinate in it. Then when you take it off, you can just slice it thin or thick, however you want it. Or if you don't want one that big, just take one piece and throw it on the grill. Do the same thing. You know? But what you got to remember, if you do the double thing, if your recipe says it's going to take an hour to cook, you got to remember you got 2 pieces there, so it's going to take a bit longer. So just sort of throw that out there. You know? And if you want to get really ambitious, I've talked about this before, is throw a turkey on the grill and barbecue that and cook that damn thing. It takes a few hours, but man, barbecue, like that smoky barbecue flavor when you cut into it. Oh man, it's enough to make your tongue bat your brains out. But,
sounds good.
Yeah.
I did pick up a talking meat thermometer.
Oh, you did?
Yeah, I never, I don't cook chicken because I don't have a meat thermometer, but I do now. So, yeah.
Yeah.
So I just tied into the disability thing.
I've got one somewhere, but I normally just judge mine, So, yeah, that's making me hungry thinking about the food now. See, though I'm having grilled cheese and tomato sandwiches tonight. So, I got 1 tomato left, so I'm going to use it up in my grilled cheese sandwiches. Yeah, the old fridge and cupboard's getting bare. It's getting payday. Hopefully, payday's this Friday, but Friday is the official government recognized day for the holiday. So hopefully, it won't affect my automatic payment. My direct deposit. I'm hoping it doesn't, but you never know. So I could be eating my emergency supply of noodles that I have. I might be under those if my check doesn't arrive. I got an emergency stash. One of those
more than noodles in that stash.
So. But that's what I plan on doing. Sean Connery says, what did he say here? He said, let the gator eat the turkey whole, wrap the gator with bacon, then smoke the whole ensemble. Now, I never had gator. I would like to try some.
Yeah, blackened gator. It's good.
Hell, I don't know. Gator's gator, ain't it?
That's how I've had it.
I've had it once, but I can't honestly remember it. It wasn't bad. I don't recall anything being bad about it. So better than shark, I think.
Tastes like chicken.
Do they have gators in Texas?
Well, why not?
There ain't no swamp in Texas, is there?
Dallas.
Yeah, there's bayous in Texas.
Yeah.
Whoa! You mean on the border there with Louisiana?
Yeah, transitioning over into Texas, Eastern Texas, Houston area, that area. Yeah, there's bayous. Just like a lot of movies show Texas as a desert. There's a small corner of Texas that's desert. The rest of it is like plains and forest and swamp and yeah. It's not like they portray in the movies. Okay. Yeah, because Sean's talking about him, and he's just outside of I think he works in Houston, but he lives outside it. He said they said they swim the creek right by his shop. I can understand having now. I mean, I can understand along the coast of Texas having they're not alligators, they're crocodiles, aren't they? I don't know. Do they have sea crocodiles in Texas? No, that's the saltwater crocodiles are in Australia and I think Africa. But okay. No, we have alligators here in America.
Found some in Florida. It was a big debate thing, and apparently it's true. They have found some in Florida.
Well, I wonder if they were exotic pets that somebody, let go.
I have no idea. I got two down there, and then
they get those snakeheads too.
And apparently, there have been some found there. So,
I mean, remember that doesn't surprise me. It all comes. I mean, there's so much wild game down there that doesn't belong. When that hurricane blew through there back in the what was it? Back in the 80s. I can't remember the name of it now. Tore the place up, and animals got loose into the what you call it, the Everglades there. I mean, that's why they have snakes and
Python hunts.
Yeah.
Mm.
Yeah. So, yeah, I said I would like to try gator, but we'll see. Oh, Rich Wright says Florida has crocodiles on the very extreme southern tip. The American crocodile is native to Florida. You know? So, there we go. So, anyway, what else were we talking about?
Yeah, we got some video on my Florida trip of me taking a boat out to go see the gators out there. So it's pretty cool. You get pretty close. One you could almost reach out and touch, one of the smaller ones. So
Oh yeah, I mean that. You know, a gator can jump a fair.
yeah, I know. Yeah, it was fun.
Yeah. I got a crocodile story.
Oh yeah.
When I was in Thailand, they have a crocodile park, kind of like the alligator park in Louisiana. Obviously, crocodiles. And a lady jumped in because she caught her husband cheating on her, so she was showing him. She jumped into the tank. Yeah. That showed him. I tell you.
I tell you what I do. Every time I go to Florida to visit the kids and stuff, even when my son got married a couple of years ago, and he's in his 30s now, you know, last time I went. I go to, what's it called? Gatorland or Gator World, just outside of Kissimmee, Florida. Mm-hmm. It's been going for years and years and years. I love going to that place, watching the gators. Then I sit there, you know, I stand there and watch they have a show twice a day where they feed them. They get them to jump up and grab the chicken and stuff like that, you know. So I just thought I'd mention that. Then you watch them. Then they wrestle gators and stuff like that there. I have a bunch of other stuff also, you know, snakes and all that kind of shit around there. But I always go there. And I noticed last time I got a heavy discount because I was disabled. And not only being disabled, I was over 55. So I got super duper discount, you know?
Unlike being in a canoe out in a state park all on your own. Total different experience.
Yeah. Oh, I can believe it. Anyway, it's almost quitting time. It's almost 8:00. We've got I don't know if anybody's on at 8:00, but you got the leftist Never Enough Ammo on at 9. You got Rants and Raves on around 10:30, I believe. I don't know if he's doing one tonight because he's been putting some videos out about he's on vacation in Madison, Indiana. So I don't know if Roll Call's doing one tonight or not. So and what else? Who else is on? I'm not sure. But anyway, just thought I'd mention that. And don't forget, I won't. Oh. So you got an extra week to answer the quiz. And the question was, this is for the swag pack. You've gotten to the following Saturday, which would be what? The 11th. You got to noon on the 11th of July to get this question to me. And give the answer to this question. In the movie Shooter, in the opening scene in Ethiopia, Swagger, played by Mark Wahlberg, is seen firing two rifles. I want to know what they are. And that's it. That's the question for the swag pack. So you got to the 11th to get that into me. Email me at rickslife@gmail.com or spottedrick@gmail.com. Okay, so there we go. All right, let's go through the chat here to the panel for any plugs or shout outs. You got any, Patriot?
No, just enjoy this week of America and do something with your kids, or if you don't have kids, borrow some, whatever. And think of all the good things out there instead of all that negative garbage. America.
That's right.
Thanks for having me.
All right.
Bye, Sabrina.
We haven't gone yet. New York Outcast. Any plugs or shout outs?
Well, if anybody's interested in seeing my car get lit up by Roman candles, I just threw a video up of that. Police basically refused to do anything about it and whatnot, but it's all in the video. So other than that, if anybody's into music, check out the O'Keefe Foundation. It's a YouTube channel. It does kind of highlights talented kids with a lot of different music. So there's all different genders of music, but in my opinion, the kids sometimes do a bit better job than the covers that they're doing. So it's a nonprofit and whatnot. So definitely something to check out if you have an interest in music. Other than that, everybody enjoy yourselves. Don't destroy your neighbor's vehicles with fireworks, and keep an eye on your kids and cars. And hopefully we'll see you whenever Rick gets us back.
Yeah, we'll all be back here next Wednesday, of course. But I won't be here this Saturday. Squib, any shout outs or plugs?
It's just a public service announcement. Kids, stay off drugs, because if you get on them and then you end up working at the factory with me, you're going to wreck a machine for nothing, and it's going to put me in a foul mood.
And then he's going to find you in the parking lot.
All right. So that's about it, guys. I want to say thank you, everybody in the chat, for stopping by. I know it wasn't on topic. We did touch a little bit of disability stuff, but not much. More of a ramble. Enjoy your 4th of July. And if you run into people, goddamn, give them a handshake and a hug. Fuck this elbow thing. So, wear a mask if you want. It's not mandatory in Indiana yet, I don't think. And if it is, I don't know if I'm going to wear one anyway. So, wherever you are, enjoy yourself is all I got to say. Think positive. Things are going to get better. There's always got to be somebody worse off than you are. That's the way you got to look at it. All right. So I want to say thanks to everybody, and I will see you on Wednesday. Good night, everybody.
Bye, Sabrina.